Happy Magical Monday and welcome to the most potent harvest moon we've had in lots and lots of years. This particular week, we have a lot of beautiful, powerful harvest energy going on. I'm Michelle Orwick, and we are here live in Soul Circle, which is every Monday night at 6 p.m. Of course, if you can't be live, you can always watch the replay on YouTube, or if you are on YouTube, you can always just really connect in by going to my Facebook group, which is Soul Circle Facebook group, and joining. And either way, every week we go over the astrological impact of the energy of the week and what to expect. This week is never going to disappoint. The harvest moon is always my favorite. It is the full moon directly after the equinox. Now, for half the world, this is also the spring equinox and the beginning of their spring and their high growth season. But for those of us in this northern hemisphere, this is that time where we're giving thanks and we're starting to go inward and we're starting to really see the harvest of what we have been working on for quite some time. So there's a lot of abundance codes in this particular full moon. It's peaking out at around 6 o'clock Friday night. Friday is the full moon, and it is a supermoon in Aries. And I love an Aries full moon because you get that new energy with Aries. Anytime you have Aries energy involved, you've got the self, the single self, that aspect of going forward, new energy, new beginnings. You've got the sacred self, the personal ego, and anything relating to you. And Libra has to do with anything outside of you, your relationships. So you have the Libra energy that just came in. So we are now fully immersed in Libra Sun. And Libra Sun for me is always a month where we're going to be looking at balancing our relationships. It is ruled by Venus. Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus, and yet Libra is more about your relationships. It's more about that finding of balance. The equinox is finding balance. So what are we looking at right now? We're looking at, how do I balance all the aspects of self while honoring self? And then how do I balance all my aspects of relationship, which we want to be in divine relationship with others? So how are we balancing our inner relationship, and how are we balancing our outer relationships with others? It starts with being truly, authentically honest with yourself about yourself, and what you want and what you need, and honoring self first. If you can't do that, this is the time to get clearer boundaries, and also to open our mouth and ask for what we need. Sometimes it's as simple as telling people what we need, and that can be very hard for some of us. And then being open to receive. So the abundance codes of a super moon, a harvest moon, is allowing in this gift of abundance, allowing in what we really want, allowing in what we deserve, and even allowing in what is freely given without guilt. A lot of times I see people actually stop people from giving a compliment or money, or stop someone else from giving by saying, no, I don't want to receive. So then you're actually stopping the gift. So check yourself and see if you're so in the energy of only giving that you don't allow others to be giving by stopping yourself from receiving the compliment, receiving the gift. And we feel like we're being selfish, but it's actually more selfish to stop someone from the opportunity to be in giving mode. And what we're really looking for in equinox energy and in Libra energy is balance of giving and receiving. And that's coming into play for this month coming up. We're now fully emerged into, oh my goodness, the energy of the fall season. So all of us who've been waiting for that crispness to come into the air, waiting for things to happen, it's finally here. If you've been waiting for fall season, it is officially here. Now I realize it's 100 billion degrees in Florida for those of us who live here, but you do start feeling the cold air in the middle of the night or in the morning or late night. I actually was camping this weekend and it was spectacular. One of my favorite moments the entire weekend was waking up on Saturday morning on the actual equinox and feeling and seeing the mists rise off the lake. And I could honestly feel the transition of the magic into the season of going inward, into the season of magic and miracles. And that's what I think of this period of time from the autumn equinox until December 22nd, when we have the solstice. I look at this as where the veil gets really thin, where we get more inward and more magical and more messages and more synchronicity. And I was explaining something to a client today that I really felt was important to share. She said time had sped up. And I said, sometimes when you're really in the flow, when you're really in synchronicity, time will speed up because you're not impatiently waiting. You're in the flow. So it will feel like things are going really fast. Patience, the word patience actually means to be joyfully embracing the waiting time, to be in good spirits or good attitude while in the waiting. And so a lot of times when we're impatient and in negative spirits, when we're waiting for something, that ends up making it feel like you've slowed down time and it never is coming. Time isn't really linear. It's all about perception. And so when we're in impatience or out of flow, we feel like it's never coming. And when you're in divine timing, you understand that you can't actually manifest anything when you're out of sync, when you're out of alignment. So when you come back to alignment, and that's the perfect wording for this season, to be in alignment, like Libra, which is holding two scales, you must be in alignment, not too much on either side, to be in alignment. This is when the flow state happens. And this is when you can feel things happening really fast. The next piece, though, is if you want to be really present, time slows down again if you are mindful. If you're in gratitude, time actually stops. And the only thing that's really, truly ever here is the now. So when we're present in the present, that is the gift or present of everything. So really all we have is now. And so that's what I think this week is really trying to teach us. We've got the sacred self of Aries, and we have the relationships and balance of Libra, and we're coming into this huge supermoon. It's the last of these 4 supermoons, and it's the last full moon before the eclipses that are coming next month. We have a solar eclipse in 2 weeks in, well, the middle on the 14th or 15th of October. We have a solar eclipse, and then in the new moon in Libra, and we have coming up after that a Taurus lunar eclipse for the next full moon. So it's the last supermoon here this week. This week, supermoon in Aries is that big place where we can look at and illuminate our true heart's desire, find the energy of the Libra Sun in bringing us into right alignment. So questioning what is it you need to know for yourself to be in right alignment, and tweaking the nuances that would allow that to be true for you, so you can be present, so you can get into balance, you can get into giving and receiving, practicing your receiving if you're too much of an overgiving person, and practicing your giving if you feel like you've been selfish. And that's where we get into this sweet spot of the present moment, this moment that is about creation, this moment that says everything in the past is a blessing, whether it seemed negative or positive. Who I am now is where I'm going from. Instead of beating yourself up about the past, you want to be really grateful for all the past has given you, including the lessons. And then you're creating from this present moment, not from the past, but from right now. Your vibration for the future is created in the now. Right now, we're living in the manifestations of the past. The vibration and frequency we held and thoughts that we held in the past is the reality we're existing in now. The emotions that you live, the feelings that you're living in right now, not your actions, your emotions create a frequency. So an emotion would be gratitude. An emotion would be joy. An emotion on the negative could be judgment, or an emotion on the negative could be resentment. An emotion could be lack, feeling like it's not there or you're not enough. But what we want to do is come from a place of abundance and feeling of gratitude, because that's the platform for the law of attraction and the law of cause and effect to start creating the next experience for you. So the feeling and then the action you take on the current present moment feeling creates your next experience. So be present in the now. Be grateful and thankful about everything and anything in your past. Get really, really good with your past, and let your resentments go. Let your feelings of lack go, because they will not help you going forward. If you look at everything in the past as a lesson or creation for you to be where you are now, and then be really grateful and happy and present in the moment, you create the most wonderful platform to build upon in the future. And that's how you create that scales of balance that we're looking for in this season. And it's big season. And right now, Libra season is always an opportunity. And the fact that we're coming into the harvest and we are deep into the last moon before eclipse season, This is the end and completion of the 4 supermoons. Big, big, super full abundance energy. So this is fall harvest. What can you do with that? It's a good time to create an altar to the things that you are truly feeling grateful for, an altar toward those short-term goals. We're about 100 days out or so from the next year. So a lot of times there's a review happening right here where you're looking at, what did I set out to do this year? And what do I need to complete? What do I need to let go of to no longer be held back? And where are the energy leaks that I might need to seal up, completing and finishing projects? And there's a new energy coming in, and we're right on the verge of that new energy. So think big. This is an opportunity to really and truly give yourself a chance to think bigger and better than you ever have. And so be thinking about that fall season and what you want and what you're going to claim and what is possible for you. That's what's on the table right now. I'm super excited because we are so close now to Witchy Weekend. If anybody is interested, I have just 2 more spots for 11/11's Witchy Weekend, and I cannot wait for it because it is juicy. Weather permitting, we're going to be having a massive bonfire on New Smyrna Beach on 11/11. It's going to be on astrological Samhain, and it has all the components of my favorite retreat. It's got a beautiful bed and breakfast. We've got amazing food. We've got a jacuzzi bathtub for anybody who is wanting to take one of those 2 luxurious rooms. And if you are ready to act now, I have a very special. So and I'm not really ready to publicize what that is, but if you are wanting to take one of those 2 spots, send me a private message and I'll talk to you about the special that I've got running. So that is happening right now, as well as we are getting started with eclipse season. So of course, I've got an offer on the table. I always like to support eclipse season, and we have a beautiful white rose gate initiation process to take you through the rest of the year. It starts October 9th, and it is running through the end of the year through December. And so this is an initiation into how to keep your energy pure and clean, and how to move through the frequency of the white rose while going through the eclipses, while going through transformational season. So as I said earlier, right now till December 21st is one of those portals that no matter whether you come to one of my events or take one of my programs, I want you to see this season as an opportunity to level up. And by doing that, you are letting go of the frequency of the old version of you. We are always doing this. This is a Phoenix level transformation where you're purifying yourself, letting go. This whole season is about letting go of the old version of you and leveling into a new higher vibration. And for some, that means getting back to old habits and things you already know, like the basics. And for others, that means learning new habits and creating opportunities for success. And if either one of those things feels like it is necessary, for you, I encourage you to set an intention right here on this full harvest moon to transform during this season and emerge into 2024 in a way that opens your heart and makes you proud of yourself. So for me, this last quarter of the year, when I look at the astrology, is about getting yourself set up with all the systems and all the right tools and all the habits to be leading a life you're proud of, to be living a life that you're in joy with. And I know we've all had a lot going on the last 3 or 4 years. And it's now time, and astrologically, by January, we're going to be really in that place of like astrological zen. But while you're going through all these retrogrades is the time to find that return to balance that you may once have had, return to good habits you've had in the past that have supported you, that you've maybe gotten rid of or slacked on. So it's time to like recalculate back to your chosen path, as well as choose a new path and bring that all together, merging yourself into your highest timeline. So really, the last quarter of this year is about creating a path to inevitable success by being on your highest timeline. Overarching, that's if I were to set it up for one sentence for the last 3 months of 2023, it is creating an opportunity to make your highest timeline inevitable so that there's really no chance for you to fail. And I know we're always afraid of failure. Some people are afraid to succeed. Some people are afraid to fail. But whichever that is, allow yourself to move through that discomfort and choose to be joyful, happy, and on path anyway. Move through any place where you felt out of sync and out of alignment, and connect to the part of you that knows that you know that you know that your truth is being fulfilled. So that's really what I have to say for you all. Let's just take a couple minutes and just feel yourself, the sun coming down, feel it through the top of your head, all the way to your solar plexus, and feel the earth energy coming up through your feet, all the way up through your spinal column, through your heart, having those two energies merge. Bring the earth energy above, bring the sun's energy back down, feel it going through your arms and your legs and your spinal column. As above, so below, so within. That's the energy of this moon and this harvest. As above, so below, so within. So feel that energy, that synergy of abundance in your heart. Feel that you can't be in lack and abundance at the same time. So if you are in gratitude for what you are and what you have, and gratitude for what you're becoming and what you're to receive, you are in the energy of creation. And so feel that in your heart. I am so grateful. I am so thankful for where I've been. I am so grateful and I am so thankful for where I'm going. I am so grateful and I am so thankful for all that I already have. I am so grateful and I am so thankful for all that I am to continue to receive. I am great and I am full. I am great and I am full. I am great and I am full. And so it is, And so it shall be. It is done. It is done. It is done in the highest and best way, with harm to none, and grace and ease and love and joy. And just breathe that in and exhale the feeling of relaxation. Exhale any stress and breathe in peace into your heart. Feel peace as your priority, gratitude as your vibration, and joy as your manifestation, and you will be abundant. Really go out and play and enjoy this harvest moon. It is going to be a gorgeous, beautiful weekend energetically, and I hope you have an amazing week and that you live magically, and I'll see you again next Monday.